What if I told you that the most powerful force on Earth is not money, technology, or even nature itself? It's the human being staring back at you in the mirror. Among all the powerful forces in the world, there is one force that most people carry with them every single day without fully realizing its potential. It is not money. It is not technology. It is not physical strength. It is the human mind. The human mind is one of the most extraordinary creations known to exist. Everything humanity has ever built first existed as a thought inside someone's imagination. Every city, every invention, every scientific discovery, every piece of art, and every great achievement began as an idea in the mind of an ordinary human being. Think about that for a moment. Before airplanes filled the skies, someone imagined them. Before smartphones connected billions of people, someone imagined them. Before humanity walked on the moon, someone believed it was possible. The world changes because human minds refuse to accept limitations. What makes the human mind truly powerful is its ability to create realities that do not yet exist. Animals survive by adapting to their environment. Humans can imagine a different future and then work to bring that future into existence. The mind can solve problems, learn new skills, overcome obstacles, and transform failure into wisdom. It can look at a challenge and find an opportunity hidden inside it. It can take a dream and turn it into a goal, then turn that goal into action. Yet most people never discover how powerful their own minds truly are. They spend years doubting themselves, limiting themselves, and believing they are incapable of achieving more. They focus on their weaknesses instead of their potential. But history repeatedly proves that ordinary people can accomplish extraordinary things when they learn to use the power of their minds effectively. The difference between success and failure often begins with a thought. The difference between giving up and moving forward often begins with a thought. The difference between an ordinary life and an extraordinary one often begins with a thought. That is why the human mind is not simply a part of who we are. It is the foundation of everything we become. When a person changes the way they think, they begin changing the direction of their entire life. Because the greatest power a human being possesses is not found in their hands, their wealth, or their circumstances. It is found in the limitless potential of the mind they carry every single day. And the moment a person truly understands that power, their life can never remain the same. One of the greatest proofs that a human is a powerful creature is the incredible ability to adapt. Throughout history, humans have survived challenges that would have destroyed most other species. They have crossed deserts where water was almost impossible to find. They have climbed mountains covered in ice and snow. They have built civilizations in harsh environments and found ways to thrive where survival once seemed impossible. Think about how remarkable that is. A human being is not the fastest animal on Earth. We are not the strongest. We do not have the sharpest claws, the strongest teeth, or the toughest skin. Yet humanity became the dominant species on the planet. Why? Because humans possess something more powerful than physical strength: the ability to adapt. When circumstances change, humans learn. When obstacles appear, humans innovate. When difficulties arise, humans find solutions. This ability has allowed humanity to survive wars, natural disasters, economic crises, and countless hardships throughout history. Again and again, people have faced situations that seemed impossible, only to discover strengths they never knew they possessed. The most powerful moments in life often come when a person is forced to adapt. A setback becomes a lesson. A failure becomes an opportunity to grow. A challenge becomes a chance to develop resilience. Many people underestimate themselves because they focus on their current situation. They believe they are limited by their circumstances. But history shows that human beings are capable of extraordinary transformation. The person you are today is not necessarily the person you will be tomorrow. Growth is one of humanity's greatest powers. A child learns to walk after countless falls. A student gains knowledge through years of effort. An entrepreneur learns through mistakes. A leader develops through experience. Human beings are constantly evolving, learning, and adapting. Even in the modern world, this power remains visible. Humans have adapted to technologies that did not exist a generation ago. They communicate across continents instantly. They solve problems that previous generations could never imagine. The world changes rapidly and humanity continues finding ways to move forward. That is what makes humans extraordinary. Not perfection, not strength, not intelligence alone, but the ability to adapt, learn, and keep moving forward regardless of the challenges they face. Because no matter how difficult the environment, how uncertain the future, or how great the obstacle may seem, the human spirit has an incredible ability to rise, adjust, and overcome, and that is why a human being is far more powerful than they often realize. If there is one ability that separates human beings from almost every other creature on Earth, it is the power to shape reality. Human beings do not simply live in the world they are born into. They have the unique ability to change it. Look around you for a moment. Every building, every road, every bridge, every piece of technology, every invention that exists today was once nothing more than a thought in someone's mind. Before it became reality, it existed only as an idea. Someone imagined it, believed in it, and worked until it became real. That is the power of a human being. Humans can see possibilities where others see limitations. They can look at a problem and create a solution. They can imagine a future that does not yet exist, and then dedicate years of effort to bringing that future into reality. History is filled with examples of this power. People once believed it was impossible for humans to fly. Then someone imagined airplanes. People once believed communication across continents would take weeks or months. Then someone imagined instant communication. People once looked at the stars and thought they were forever beyond reach. Then humanity landed on the moon. Every major achievement began with a person who refused to accept that something was impossible. But this power is not limited to inventors, scientists, or famous leaders. Every person has the ability to shape reality in their own life. The choices you make today influence the person you become tomorrow. Your habits shape your future. Your actions shape your results. Your decisions create the direction of your life. Many people wait for circumstances to change before they take action. Powerful people understand something different. They know that action creates change. The reality you experience tomorrow is often built by the decisions you make today. That is why human beings are so powerful. They are not trapped by the present moment. They have the ability to create, improve, build, learn, and transform. A single idea can start a business. A single decision can change a life. A single action can inspire millions. The power to shape reality does not belong to a select few. It exists within every human being willing to use it. Because the world we live in today was built by human imagination, determination, and action. And the future will be built by those who dare to believe they can create something greater than what already exists. That is the extraordinary power hidden within every human being. One of the most powerful truths about human beings is that their greatest strength often appears during their darkest moments. When life is easy, people rarely discover what they are truly capable of. But when challenges arrive, something extraordinary begins to happen. Hidden strength starts to reveal itself. Throughout history, the strongest individuals were not those who never faced difficulties. They were the ones who faced hardship and refused to surrender. Think about it. Every successful person has experienced failure. Every strong person has experienced pain. Every great leader has faced uncertainty. Every inspiring story includes moments when giving up would have been easier than continuing. Yet they kept moving forward. That is where human power becomes visible. Challenges have a unique way of transforming people. A setback can teach lessons that success never could. A failure can build wisdom. A difficult season can develop patience, resilience, and character. The very obstacles people fear often become the source of their greatest growth. Many people believe strength means never struggling. But true strength is continuing despite the struggle. It is getting up after being knocked down. It is believing in yourself when circumstances give you every reason to doubt. It is taking another step forward when the path ahead seems uncertain. The human spirit has an incredible ability to endure. People survive heartbreak, loss, disappointment, rejection, and failure. They face situations they once thought they could never overcome. And somehow they find the courage to continue. That courage exists within every human being. The problem is that many people do not discover it until life forces them to. They underestimate themselves because they have never been tested. They see challenges as signs to stop, when in reality, challenges are often opportunities to grow stronger. Pressure can break some things, but it can also create strength. Just as fire shapes steel, adversity shapes character. The people who change the world are rarely those who had perfect lives. More often, they are people who turned pain into purpose, setbacks into lessons, and obstacles into opportunities. That is why hardship should never be viewed only as an enemy. Sometimes it is a teacher. Sometimes it is preparation. Sometimes it is revealing a level of strength that was hidden all along. Because when everything seems difficult, when the odds appear impossible, and when quitting feels tempting, that is often the moment when the true power of a human being begins to emerge, and the strongest version of yourself is often waiting on the other side of adversity. One of the greatest mysteries about human beings is not how much power they have already demonstrated, but how much power still remains undiscovered within them. The truth is that most people never come close to reaching their full potential. They live far below the level of growth, achievement, and capability that they are truly capable of achieving. Think about it. Every person is born with talents, abilities, and possibilities that cannot be fully measured. Yet many people spend their lives doubting themselves, accepting limitations and settling for less than what they could become. The difference between an average life and an extraordinary life is often not talent. It is the willingness to develop potential. Human potential is remarkable because it continues expanding. The more a person learns, the more they realize they can learn. The more they grow, the more growth becomes possible. Every new skill creates opportunities for additional skills. Every achievement opens the door to greater achievements. There is no fixed limit to personal growth. A person who reads consistently becomes more knowledgeable. A person who practices daily becomes more skilled. A person who develops discipline becomes capable of accomplishing goals that once seemed impossible. What makes this so powerful is that potential is often hidden. Many people do not know what they are capable of because they have never challenged themselves enough to find out. They stop at the first obstacle. They quit when progress becomes difficult. They allow fear to convince them that their current abilities represent their maximum potential. But potential is not revealed through comfort. It is revealed through effort. The strongest athletes were not born strong. The greatest leaders were not born experienced. The most successful individuals did not begin with extraordinary results. They became extraordinary by consistently developing the abilities they already possessed. Inside every human being exists the capacity for growth, learning, and transformation. The person you are today is not the final version of yourself. You can become wiser. You can become stronger. You can become more disciplined. You can become more capable. That possibility exists within every human being willing to pursue it. The world often celebrates achievement, but achievement is simply the visible result of potential that has been developed over time. The greatest tragedy is not failure. The greatest tragedy is never discovering what you were truly capable of becoming, because hidden within every human being is far more strength, intelligence, creativity, resilience, and potential than they can currently see. And the limits you believe you have today may be nothing more than the starting point of who you can become tomorrow. Perhaps the greatest power that separates human beings from almost every other creature on Earth is not intelligence, strength, or creativity alone. It is the power of conscious choice. Every day, human beings are given something incredibly valuable: the ability to choose. You can choose your attitude. You can choose your habits. You can choose your response to challenges. You can choose the direction of your life. This power may seem ordinary because it is available every day, but it is one of the most extraordinary abilities a human being possesses. Many things in life are beyond our control. We cannot control where we were born. We cannot control the past. We cannot control every obstacle that appears in our path, but we can control how we respond to those circumstances, and that response changes everything. Two people can face the same challenge and create completely different futures because they make different choices. One person chooses to quit. The other chooses to continue. One person chooses fear. The other chooses courage. One person chooses excuses. The other chooses responsibility. The situation may be the same, but the outcome becomes different because of the choices made. History is filled with individuals who transformed their lives through a single decision. A decision to learn, a decision to persevere, a decision to believe in themselves, a decision to take action when others remained passive. Great achievements rarely happen in a single moment. They are usually the result of thousands of small choices made consistently over time. A choice to wake up early, a choice to keep learning, a choice to remain disciplined, a choice to continue moving forward. These choices may appear insignificant on a single day, But over months and years, they shape an entire life. That is why human beings are so powerful. They are not simply products of their circumstances. They are creators of their future through the decisions they make every day. The person you become tomorrow is being shaped by the choices you make today. Your habits are choices. Your actions are choices. Your direction is a choice. And while many people search for power in external things, true power has always existed within them. It exists in the ability to decide who they will be, what they will stand for, and what kind of future they will create. Because at the end of the day, the most powerful force in a human life is not talent, luck, or circumstance. It is the decision to become more than you were yesterday. And that single choice has the power to change everything. The greatest power in the universe is not hidden in the stars, the oceans, or the galaxies above. It is hidden inside a human who finally realizes what they are truly capable of.